I managed to crack the West Bengal entrance and joined in Calcutta. Now, that again was a very different world. The fellow feeling among the students or the friendship among the students was a new level. Now, till then, I had friends, but I was not so close to them, or, was not spending so much of my life with them. But once I started living in the hostel in medical college, it was, being with them full time. We used to say that except for sleeping and shitting, you do everything with your friends. So at times we even used to bathe together because there's no time. You have to go and attend the class, and there are less number of bathrooms. So somebody is taking a bath, you go inside with him and start taking a bath with him again. So this was quite acceptable in the hostel life. So I developed a lot of friendships with people, and those people are still my friends. I mean, I'm still in touch with them. Whenever I go to Calcutta, I meet them and so on. And we have that kind of camaraderie with them even now. I mean, we are at the same level as we were when we were in college. Now, one thing which I noticed at that time was that many of the people, many of the students, my seniors included, they were very, idealistic. They felt that a doctor was meant to, serve the people, actually serve the people, and, not worry so much about his own physical or his own, getting rich and so on. They used to always repeat a proverb in Bengali, which literally means that a doctor gets a house, a car, and a pretty wife just like that. What you are able to achieve beyond that is something which is more important in life. And it's better to be a good doctor rather than to be a great doctor. So, the terminologies in Bengali are a little different. So that was the kind of idealism that, I found over there. Of course, not all the students were like that. There were many kinds, groups who had their own way of thinking. But more or less, almost all the people, they were, quite okay with the idea that a doctor was meant to serve.
Okay.
Now, another thing which I noticed at that time was that I was really very middle class student. I mean, I was not a topper, and I was not in the league of the really the top group of students who were board toppers, district toppers, state toppers, and so on and so forth. I was not really in their league. So I thought that these people would probably go into private practice and, get the real, specialities and really do well. They would probably be serving the people who could afford to pay very high fees. Now, what about the people who could not afford to pay the fees, who could not afford the services of the good doctors? Now, naturally, the state hospitals, the government hospitals are really not in a position to, provide that kind of services. Now, when I became an intern, one of the first things that were taught to us was that how to, get the patient to go away without admitting him. Because at that time in Calcutta, you were handed over 3 vacant beds for the whole night. And the number of patients coming in who required to get admitted was, say, 30, 40, 50, 100.
Wow.
So somehow you had to try. So one of the first things that was taught to us was that how to refer the patient, how to get him going without creating much of a ruckus. So you can understand what kind of services was there in the government sector at that time.